In my journey of healing my emotions, I lost about 75 pounds. Some of you guys have seen pictures of me when I was much heavier with dark eyes and unhealthy skin and things like that. I see a lot of my clients lose weight as well. We don't try to lose weight, but sure enough, they end up, their bodies loosen up. They start letting go. They're able to control their cravings. They're able to not go to all of the comfort foods and the chemicals which satiate our experience. So let's talk about comfort foods. Let's talk about what's going on there. Why do we end up going to these foods to maybe, make ourselves feel better? And then we end up, gaining weight or something like that. We end up having too many of the, toxic chemicals, too many of the harsh chemicals and things that are in so many of these foods that end up hurting our bodies. And we end up in a space of, negative, dissonance in our body, in our nervous system, in the way our body works. And we end up holding on to excess weight. What's happening is your body at one point learned that, oh, if I eat this thing, there are the particular chemical compounds in there that will maybe release a little dopamine, just like heroin hits those receptors. Maybe if I eat this food, it will numb out a little of this emotion. Maybe if I just jam so much food in my stomach, and this is, binge eating, I'm going to pack it in there until I can't feel anymore because we have so much emotional dysregulation down in our guts, the pit in your stomach, you feel all that stuff. What happens is these foods actually help to turn off those sensations. So we become dependent on these foods. We become addicted to these foods. We really like these foods. These are our favorite foods. And despite the fact that these foods, we know that they are negative for us, our subconscious just goes, no, fuck you, bro. I'm going to eat that. I need that. I need that because it turns off the hurt. It's just like doing drugs. It's just like smoking a cigarette or having a drink of alcohol. Even alcohol, that first sip as a comfort food, that first sip after a long day and your body goes, oh, well, that alcohol doesn't even hit your bloodstream for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, right? That's your body just knowing what's going to happen, and it gives you the little dopamine response, a little bit of serotonin, and it goes, oh, now we can feel better. This is a neurological state thing happening here. So we fake ourselves out to think that, okay, I'm just eating this comfort food and it's okay. Very often we are in this compulsive rut of eating this comfort food in a subconscious arena. I have clients who I've talked to them who maybe suffer with binge eating or something, or I know they suffer with binge eating, but they're unable to acknowledge it. And I'll address it and I'll say, hey, how are you with binge eating? I know you spend some time doing that. And they, they'll close up a little bit and they'll go, sometimes I just stand over the sink and pack so much food and I can't feel anything anymore. And that's really what's happening in this subconscious arena. Our own subconscious kind of lies to us at times. It doesn't even let us know that we're really doing this thing. We fake ourselves out. We create a cover story so we're not even aware that we're doing it at the extent that we're doing it. It's a subconscious event. It's an ask, a need for our bodies to say, hey, please do something to help me here. I'm hurting. So if you want to walk out of these maybe negative relationships with food and with comfort foods and with all of the sugary foods and all of the fatty foods, it's a space of healing your emotional state first. So your subconscious isn't running rampant and having you reach for another bag of chips or having to reach for some more ice cream, go to the junk food place one more time. You have to heal the emotional state first. You have to work back through why you're feeling that way. And then your body will release the urge, the need to satiate these emotions that you're feeling. It's entirely an emotional state. It's entirely a state of dysregulated nervous system that calls us to be compulsive in our habits of consuming chemicals. So if you're in a comfort food loop, you're in a junky food loop and you know that it's unhealthy, when you pull away from it, don't lean into the craving, or maybe lean into the craving and ask yourself, am I hungry right now? Or do I need something? What is it that I need? What is my body asking for? And by going into the emotional spaces, the feeling spaces, very often you can turn off this unhealthy relationship that we have with different comfort foods and things like that. Of course, if any of you need help working out of this, if any of you need help finding the root of these causes, the roots of these emotional dysregulated states, please come to me. Let's do some emotional alchemy. We can work this out. I see my clients changing all the time. It's completely changed my life, my body, who I am as a person by healing my emotional state. And I want the exact same for you.